Hey guys, welcome back to the Ultimate Personal Trainer Podcast with Paul. So I've been away for a little bit. We basically rebuilt the whole mentoring program in that time and signed up 50 students. So we were kind of a little bit busy. So we're glad to be back. We're going to be doing a lot more of this. It's now, since we've developed the vast majority of our product, it's now going to be getting the word out there and talking to people more and more and spreading more and more education to trainers around the world. Hopefully, hope we can work with you guys in a more intense and personal relationship to help you get the best results out of your business. So in this podcast, we're going to be splitting time between training, the results side of personal training, getting results to your clients, nutrition, physiology, supplementation, PEDs, coaching, all that kind of stuff, and then also the business side of the fitness industry, because the business side of the fitness industry is something that's very, very important to do, and not a lot of personal training businesses or mentoring programs actually address both components, and it's exactly what we do at MPC. It's our key point of difference, in my opinion, that what we do allows you to take all the skill sets that you develop to become a subject matter expert, to become handsomely paid for what you do as a PT, and build a long lasting and rewarding career. And today we're going to be talking about what I think the two most important things are we need to build our training around, or our business knowledge around, and the third one as a little bit of a bonus. So let's get right into it. The two main things that we need to build our knowledge base around when working with clients are physiology and psychology, with programming coming a pretty close third. So let's dive into why. So the first thing that I really like all personal trainers to really have an in-depth understanding of, if they want to become a subject matter expert and get the most amount of money for their business, is physiology. If we understand how the body works, if we understand how to manipulate it, if we understand how what training program and what training modalities have an impact on that person's physiology, we're in a much better place to get that person awesome, amazing, incredible results. And we see this all the time. The really, really good coaches, they absolutely understand the physiology of what they're doing with their clients, and that allows them to pick the right programs, protocols, supplementation things, and everything else of that nature to get the best results for their clients. So with physiology, where do we begin? Ironically, at the beginning, at the cell. So if we have an understanding of the cell and cellular mechanics and diffusion, and we can understand how energy is metabolized, energy is made and created and recycled, and we can understand how the body works in terms of digestion, endocrine system, homeostatic adaptations, looking at all the other cool stuff that's there at a pretty decent level, that puts us in a really powerful position, because what it does, it allows us to audit all information we read carefully. It gives us a better filter in which to look for information. And this is really important in the social media age, because lots of people are claiming a lot of stuff. So an example would be fasting and its claims of autophagy, and how much fasting actually improves that in humans. And we look at the studies, we realize that it's actually not that impressive in humans, and it's fairly comparable to just being in a good old-fashioned calorie deficit. So we understand the physiology behind fasting. I'm not going to go all into it today, because this is more of an overview, a big picture thing of what you need to look at. We can then start investigating the second part of it, which is the psychology. Okay, so the psychology of fasting can be very, very different for quite a few different types of people, and understanding the physiology will also allow you to understand what types of clients to apply that methodology with. So someone who's got type 2 diabetes, for example, giving them a fasting protocol may be absolutely horrendous, because they're really going to struggle to actually stick to that, because their blood sugars are going to drop low, they're going to eat a whole bunch of stuff, they're going to go off plan, they're going to beat themselves up. For understanding the psychology behind it, if you look at what fasting does for a psychology, or what people's psychology are best suited towards it, you're going to find you're going to get much better outcomes at people sticking to the programs. So when you understand physiology, you start to learn that there's multiple ways to skin a cat, and there's multiple ways to achieve goals. Understanding the psychology then allows you to pick the right person at the right time for that physiological strategy. And then programming is how we put it all together on a plate and present it to the client to get them to do it. So it's actually the third thing, because it's the easiest thing to understand once you've done this for a period of time. If you understand the physiology of the client that you're working with, the particular goals they're looking to achieve, whatever outcome they're after, and then you understand the psychology of that person, what works best for them, what resonates with them from that level, and then what kind of pitfalls and barriers they're going to fall into, it's really, really simple to then put that into a program for the client to execute it. So a lot of the ongoing topics that we're going to talk about in this podcast related to the training and results side of it are all going to be about the physiology, the psychology, and then the programming of what we need to do, because that's going to address anatomy, it's going to address what's going on underneath, nutritional stuff, and it's going to address the coaching side of the psychology, and then how do we actually execute it with our clients. So guys, really happy to be back. Looking forward to sharing a ton more with you. I'll see you soon on the podcast.